episode of Vo-Gus Prospecting. We head back to the glory hole where we pulled 3/4 of a gram in just 4 pans, but this time armed with a Highbanker and some boyish enthusiasm. What's up guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're an old moldy hat like this one, welcome back. Today we're back in the glory hole with the Gold Rack Mini 6 Highbanker. The glory hole is where I found 3/4 of a gram of gold and half a dozen sapphires in just 4 pans. I'm going to do this in 3 stages. The first stage is removing the big rocks from my hole. The second stage is then processing the dirt through the Highbanker, and the third stage is yabby pumping the bedrock for the best pay layer. That's enough talking. Let's get the waders on and start moving some big old rocks.
Look at this spud engineering mess.
It's meant to be 28 degrees today, but the water is freezing. It hurts to have my hands in there for too long.
I took one unclassified shovel as a test pan of the overburden. It should have a little bit of gold in it. I just want to show you what we're getting for the majority of the dirt until we get to the bottom.
Now we've got one nice flake there, and it's got a friend and a few micros. Because we're running the mini Highbanker, the hole behind me here is a fair distance away from the unit itself, so I'm going to actually have to walk the dirt over, but it's still going to be quicker than actually panning every single shovelful of dirt. How's this for a bit of geology? It's absolutely packed. That is intense. That's coming home with me. I'm going to show Mick. Mick will like this rock.
Well, we've got a nice piece of gold sitting in the miner's moss just there, and some of these cells are looking tasty.
So we are doing pretty good. Just letting the water clear so we can see what's at the bottom. I'm going to move some more big rocks and we're going to keep shoveling. I'm on a tight time schedule today, so at 11:30, no matter what, we've got to yabby pump whatever bottom that we've got open. That sounds really dirty. So we've got to keep pushing quantity through. Let's get these rocks moved. Well, it's an hour later and I've got my schmorg on to keep the flies and the bullshit off. As you can see, we've got a nice pile of mullock behind me, which means we've done a fair amount of digging. It's now time to get the yabby pumps in there. Check out the hole. Right, now that we're on the bottom, I'm going to yabby pump up a test pan to see what's on the bottom, and then we're going to yabby pump all of the dirt into buckets and run it through the Highbanker. Oh, long arms!
I took this dirt from a random selection of areas, not one area, to get kind of a reference to what's on the bottom as a whole, not just in the best spots, or the worst spots. Okay, nice. That's a pretty good spec count for one pan. If every single pan is giving us this sort of gold, it'll add up super fast. And that was, like I said, a random selection of the bottom, not out of the deepest point. And the deepest point's what gave us those glory pans in the last video. We've got a lizard. Wow. Hello, buddy. Oh, down he goes. I got to sink this to the bottom because this is all too high to lift the pump up. So we'll sink it to the bottom and we're going to work from the furthest point away from the sluice towards the sluice. First bucket done, heaps more to go. I've run about 6 buckets and we are seeing a little bit of gold in that. We've got a piece just here and a few smaller pieces scattered out throughout those cells. We've just got to wait for that water to clear though, so we can sort of see what we're doing. It's really hard to chase that bedrock and clean it out properly when there's so many rocks and crevices and nooks and crannies. So 6 buckets is a good start. We'll see what else we've got and then we'll do the clean out. Oh, look at this, look at that. That's a big picker. For this creek, that's a big picker. Oh, awesome. Why is this stuck? She's wedged. I call my gentle persuader. Oh, it doesn't reach. Oh, yes it does. Gotcha. Yeah. This is everything from the Mini 6 Dream Mat, and I'm really hoping to see some more sapphires this time because the last time they were so cool. The sapphires and gold, here we come, I hope. Alright, I'm going to flip it back from this point. I don't want to go any further. So we've got a lot of iron in there, but also a lot of gems, which is making this very hard to pan down. That's why I want to take it home to pan it down properly. Oh. Look! Look! Look, that's 2 pickers right there. 1, 2. Easy as. Get back up there with your friends. Oh, that panning is so dense. Look how many pickers we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 just there. That's unreal. Get back up with your friends. That's a fair amount of iron. Alright, let's see what we got. Second sluice is normally full of fine gold, so that's what we're expecting to see. Unless the Dream Mat did a really good job, just sucked it all up. A little bit of gold. Yeah, Some fines, some larger pieces, probably from the water running a little bit too hard. That's still not bad. That's worth having that second sluice there. If you found that in one pan, you wouldn't say no, would you? After seeing the results we got from that sluice, I'm not overly surprised. Now, when I got those 4 glory pans, it was directly in line with where the water was coming over the edge. So maybe I was lucky and all the gold was dropping out right there, right where that fast water was transporting the gold, which makes some sense to me. For now, we're gonna take this dirt home and see what we got on the scales.
I just had a huge disaster. Look. It all fell down. There is literally gold all over the carpet. There's so much gold just there. Like there's so, you can see it everywhere. I've always wanted to try dredging, and I think this is as close as I'm ever going to get. This is now the most expensive vacuum cleaning job I have ever done. Now is probably the perfect time to let you guys know that if you'd like to help support this channel, you can check out the description below where you'll find my Patreon, other social media accounts, and my merch shop. And I guess we're gonna have to make a vacuum cleaner t-shirt. This is the gold that I dredged out of my carpet next to a Clash Guitars pick and a Vo-Gus prospecting knife for a bit of scale. This time around I only found a few gemstones of size. Most of them were very small and made up the majority of our heavy. I did notice one interesting thing about the gold, and that is that there is some amalgam in there, which is mercury soaked gold. And lastly, I did find a tiny little specimen, which I think is pretty cute. Now that we've got all the dog hair and gold clean, it's time to get this on the scales. Because most of the dirt we worked this time around was the overburden, it's not as rich. We only got a couple of buckets off the bottom. So I'm going to guess that there is just over half a gram. I'm going to say 0.57. What's your guess? .64. I like beating my guesses. 0.64 grams of gold is worth $50.64 Australian at the time of recording. Which is less than I expected, but I'm still happy with it. Especially considering a lot of the micro gold is currently stuck in my carpet. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you like this one, chances are you'll like a lot of the other ones I've got up on my channel, so please jump over and check it out. Maybe hit the subscribe button. And until next time, please give your dog a massive scratch behind the ears for me. Epic music and an outtake.
Now that we're on the bottom, I'm going to take a test pan just to see what kind of gold's kicking around down there, and then we're going to yabby pump this dirt. I'm going to start again.